Hi and welcome to Inventory Rental Management System developed using Python. Now let me show you guys how this works. I can always reset the data you guys have there, and let's say we select number of days for the item to be rented for. Let's say it's a van and we're renting it for maximum of 270 right there. Can always select here to check all of those if you need them or not, and here just select whatever you feel relate to you. So here all you just need to then do is click on total, and that's what happened. You can always exit if you want, and so on. Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Python development environment and we'll put one together. Let's do that now, guys. Welcome back to Python. I'm going to start by importing as follows: Tkinter, and I'm going to import in all of the components. Then the next thing I want to import will be, let's import all the component that we would use for the widget like Combobox and so on. Then the next one that I'm going to import, let me import the random function, and what about message box? Import that as well. So let's say import the Tkinter message box. Paste that right there, and that will be dot message box. Okay, what else do we want? I'm going to import date and time as well. Get rid of that. Copy, come right there, import date time, because I'm going to need those. Let me import this other message. I think I may import from, that'll be from Tkinter. Put that off. From Tkinter, import the following. Yeah. Now I'm going to create a class, and I'm going to call it rental underscore inventory. That is the name of my class right there. Alright, let's round it all up here. There. Okay, I'm going to even save my project now. Let's copy that. I'm going to go to File, Save As, and let's just say py underscore rental inventory, and click on Save. There we go, that's done. Now the next thing I want to do will be to create my methods. So right underneath here, I'm going to create a function. Let's say find, and that is going to be self.root. Now the next thing is I'm going to say self.root equals root, and that's going to be the name of the app itself, equals root. And self.root again, I'm going to enter a title for it, and the title is going to be, let's say, rental inventory system. Now let's take care of the geometry. Let's say geometry, and that will be, I'm going to make that 1350 by 800 plus 0 plus 0. The plus 0 plus 0 is the coordinate. Okay, the 1350, that's the width, and this is the height. This is just the coordinate where the application will start from. So if I come in here, and well, before that, let's add a background, or let's just run it. That's fine. If I run it now, this is what you guys will see. So let's take care of the arrow. That should be a comma there. There we go. And now let's run it and see. Oh, that's meant to be. Sorry about that. And this ought to be indented, else there will be an error there. Okay. Now let's try to run this again. There we go. That's my system. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say root.config so that I can add a background there. So root.config okay, .config or background. So let's say background, and I'm going to make that equals games borrow, and that's one of those colors there. Close that. I believe the spelling is right. So let's run it. It's going to be a little bit darker, a little bit dark gray. Yeah, that's fine. Now the next important thing I want to do now is I'm going to just add a break here, and because I want to create my frames, and the first one will be called main frame, and the main frame itself, we have the widget called frame. There we go. That's my main frame there, and this main frame is going to be right inside self.root. We just need to say comma. Let's enter a border of 20, and let's make the width 1350, comma, and height we make that approximately 700, comma, and back color for this very frame, I'm going to make that black. Okay, and let's set the relief property. I'm going to make that equals widget. Close that. So let's just run this up, or say just it there, and right here we say dot grid. Right, there's one error here. So if I run the system, this is what you guys will see. That's the frame. Can you see it? Okay, it's run the whole system itself. Now I'm going to copy these same lines of code and just divide this very frame. Okay, so come in here. Let's get it indented properly, else there will be an error. So this is going to be, maybe call this one my left frame, and this will be my right. Yeah, that's still the left one, and this will be the right frame. Same thing here, and this frame, they are actually inside mainframe. Okay, so all I'm now going to do is I'm going to reduce this border to about 10, and the width, let's make the width about 750 here, and the other one I'm going to make that 560. There we go. Height, reduce it to about 6, and this one will be 600 as well. Okay, instead of using gray, I'm going to get it packed to the left and to the right. Pack this one to size equals that is the left one, yeah, left, and the other one is going to be right. Copy, paste, and this one is packed to the right there. Okay, so I'm just going to save and run. There we go. Now I now have my frames divided to how I want it. So what I'm now going to do is I'm now going to divide these two frames again. So let's copy these, paste this here, and just call that divided frame. Okay, next thing now is the subframes. So I'm just going to speed that up. There they are. So let's run it and you guys see how it all looks like now. There we go. That's how the whole interface looks right now. I've divided it all up. Okay, now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 left frames and 3 right frames. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put lines there just to know which frame belongs to which. So I'm going to copy that and paste that here, and this is going to be for my right frame here, and let's just copy this. I need 2 more of those. And the whole idea is just for this to give me peace of mind when I'm coding, so that I will know where to go. Makes life a little bit easier. And the other one is going to be for the left frame. So the left frame is 4 in total. 4 of those. So copy that and just change things around. Okay, there we go. So with the right frame, I can start with the right frame or the left frame. Okay, let's start with the right frame. But first of all, let me define all of the variables I intend to use. So I'm going to come right underneath here and just paste my variable there, right here, underneath all of the frames. Those are my variables. So let's just copy this and call that variables. And these are variables. Okay, those are the variables, guys. Have a good look at them so that you don't get it mixed up. Here are the frames. And for now, this is how the system looks. Now let's start with this very one first. Right. And let's go to right frame 0. So according to how it's set out, this will be the right frame 0, right frame 1, and right frame 2, and left 0, left 1, left 2, left 3. So let's do it like that. Okay, with the right frame 0, let's do as follows. There we go. Those are the lines of code for the right frame 0, and I've officially used this variable right here, and that is it up here. Okay, have a good look at it. I'm now going to run it. That is just a label and a combo box, and inside the combo box we have the following. Select an option, yes or no. There we go, that is it right there. And we need 5 more. So we're gonna have to speed that up as well for the sake of time. So let's move this up. There we go. So have a good look at it, the lines of codes, guys. Right. Okay, let's run it and you see that. There we go. That's how it all looks now. Okay, so I'm going to close that so that you guys can have a good look at it. Those are the lines of codes. Okay, we will now enter a text widget right inside the right frame 1 here. That will be used for my display. There we go. Those are the lines of code for the text widget. Now let's run that. There, you see that. Okay, underneath here I'm going to need some labels and text entrance. And right here is my very first text entry, which is going to be for the tags, and that's the label, and this is the text entry. Okay, label, text entry. So let's run that to see how it looks like. There. Okay, we can enter our tags there. Close that, and let's just pick that up for subtotal and total. There we go. That's for my subtotal, the widget for the subtotal, label and text. You can see the text start with TXT, the label start with LBL, and that's total. So let's run it. There we go. That's how it looks like. Now let's take care of the right hand side, the left hand side actually. So okay, inside the left frame, so I'm going to enter as follows for label and a combo box. There we go. That will be the name that refers to the combo box, and inside its combo box I have the following items that can be hired or rented from this company. So let's run it and see, and you guys see what I'm talking about. There we go. Okay, those are the 4 items that this company, that this software is designed for. Okay, now let's close that. So we need to add some labels and more combo box. I'm just going to copy these and speed that up, and there we go, guys. Those are the lines of code for this very frame, which include text box, labels, combo box. So have a good look at it. You can always pause the video so that you type it out. So I'm going to run the program now. There. And the next one here, I'm going to now add combo box and text box. So all I just need to do is to copy and paste. Come right down here. I'm going to copy the combo box and text box and paste it inside that very frame. And change the frame address around. It's copied. So let's come right down here. Press enter. That is it, done for frame 1. Okay, let's take it down so that you see the rest of the lines of codes. And finally, okay, let's take care of frame left frame 2. That's left frame 1 and left frame 2 now. So first thing first, inside left frame 2, I'm going to have to divide the frame into 2 itself. That is it. Okay, so is divided into left frame to left and left frame to left right. So let's run it and you see how it looks like. There, that's how it's been divided. Now let's add some inside the left frame left. I'm going to add checkbox, and here I've just add text widget, 4 text widgets in there. And right there, these are the lines of code from here down here for the left frame left, and that is for the checkbox. So let's run it to see how it looks like. There. Okay, so what I want to do now is let's add a line here. There. Okay, I'm going to copy this line and use it for my right frame. Paste it there and change this to right. There we go. And we will then enter the following codes for left frame to left right. There we go. If I run it now, this is what you guys will see. There. Okay, so we need 4 of those, so let's add 3 more. Copy this. Let's just enter as follows. 2 there. Let's get this indented to prevent errors, and here as well. Okay, now the row, this will be row 0, this will be 1, 2 and 3, and let's change their name. So this is 3, this will be 2, and that will be 1. So that's their name. So they are named according to their row. Okay, let's run that and see how that's going to look like. There we go, look at that. Now finally let's take care of this one. That will be for the buttons, and right here are the lines of codes for the buttons: the total, the reset, and the exit. If you want to know more about all of the properties, you can always research that on Python site itself. Okay, let's run it and you see how it all looks like. There we go. So nothing is happening right now, and in that case let's take care of the reset button. So I'm going to exit out, and let's come right up here, right underneath the, okay, that'll be fine, right underneath the declared variable. Okay, let's come right down. Okay, press enter. So let's define iExit, and I am going to now say iExit equals tick enter dot message, let's say dot message box dot ask, that would be yes or no, this very one here. Okay, and in there I'm now going to enter as follows the name of my project. Let's say is inventory rental system. There, comma, and let's enter confirm if you want to exit. There, and press enter. So the next thing is let's use an if statement to validate the selection made. So if iExit is greater than 0, then, so which means it will be 1. If it's greater than 0, then I would like the system to be destroyed. So that is how you exit here. There. And I'll just return. There. That is it. So that is my exit function taken care of. We can try this out. I'm going to copy that and let's go straight down to the button exit right underneath here. That's my exit button, and right here, okay, I'm going to put a comma and say command equals I exit. So that will be the button that will officially activate this function. So let's run the program. Save it first and try out this. Look at that. Okay, exit, yes. All right, that is fine. Exit is taken care of. So the next thing is I will now take care of these very ones, and let's just copy that. I'm going to be taking care of the reset now. Let's come right underneath exit, press enter, write another function, and I'll just call that reset, enter parentheses, and right there the first one is going to be self dot delete, and that is going to be for the very first text widget that I have on the system. And so that's the very first one. So I'm going to copy this. Yeah, I have 3 of those, 4 of those in total, and I also have one called reset. So let's paste this here and change this to reset. Now the other reset that I need to take care of will be all of these my variables here. So I'm just going to copy them all, copy and paste it right underneath here. We have to get it indented. Okay, let's go to format and just indent one more. Yeah, I think that is correct. Yeah, and I now need to change all of these strings dot set, and that will be, this will be nothing. Copy this and repeat the same thing for these ones. I'll now speed that up. Okay, that's all my reset function completed, so I'll just enter return there. There we go. So that's the reset. Okay, the reset and exit. So let's come down to the button reset, that is it there. So we just need to enter command equals reset, comma equals reset, so that we can call the function. That is it, taken care of. So I'm going to run that as well, and let's see how the reset works. There we go. Select whatever in there, anything in here, this ones as well, and let's try out the resets. Reset, there we go, that is fine, and exit out. But before that, let's take care of this one, so that when we click on any of these, whatever data we have in here appears here. So let's take care of that. Let's go back here, right underneath function reset. So I'm going to enter that function here. Okay, as the very first checkbox names implies, I'm going to call that defined check credit there, and check credit, let's say if variable 1 dot get equals, we're comparing it, equals 1 self dot info dot insert, and what we are inserting will be the following data. So let's put those in, so let me say in a quote. So let's come right down here and just enter check credit. Or we can just say customer credit check approved. Approved. There. Else I want the system to get cleared. Else if we need to get it indented. Yep. Else if it's 0, do this. So let's copy that, paste that there, change this to 0. If it's 0, I just want you to clear the system, so copy all of this and paste it right underneath here, and that is going to be delete. I might as well just copy this, copy all of that and paste it there. That is it, taken care of. The very first one is taken care of. And if I'm just going to copy this and change it around for the other 3. Copy, then we can then try it out. It's 2 and 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, this one is going to be known as term agreed, and in here we can just enter term agreed. Yeah. Now this other one is going to be known as account on hold. So in here I can just enter customer's account on hold. Let's say there. And finally there'll be restricted mails. Let's say restricted mails. For customer. Alright, get rid of that, and that's all there is to it. So all I now need to do is to call all of these functions inside the checkbox. So let's come in here, make sure it's saved first. We need it is saved anyway, so we need the checkbox. So the first one I've just copied now is the mail restriction. Let's see, there we go. Here we just need to enter command equals that's the first function. The second function is going to be account. Let's enter this. Now we'll come right here and just say comma command equals there. Right, and followed by the next one. Put that there. The next one is terms or term agreed. Paste that there. Term agreed, and finally we have credit check. a credit check, or check credit is called. This is lowercase there, and that'll be all. Have a good look at that. So I'm going to run it now, but we have to save it first. There, and here when I click on that, I expect it to display something there. Let's see. Okay, let's check our function. I may be calling the wrong. Alright, this is supposed to be information 0. This is 1. Right, and this is 2, 2. This is 3. Okay, look, this is wrong. This is supposed to be, that's 1. This is 2. I'm calling the same variable. There, that's 3. This is 4. And 4 here as well. Right. And there we go. Let's save and run again. Try that out. That's it. It's now fine, working perfectly, and we can delete. Yeah, that is fine. Exit. All right, let's take care of this. These two here. 1. So if I select anything there and select anything, I want something to happen here. All right, just those two, and here. So first of all, let's take care of the very first one. So right there. Okay, right underneath here, I'm going to enter the following function. I'll call it product. And this very function, product, I will have to call that inside the Combobox itself. But let's define the others, copy that, and let's come in here and just say else if it's then, so all of this data here will change. So let's speed that up. So we're going to have to do the same thing for the other products, and that is, this is for, that's going to be for truck, and here, and the next one will be for minibus. So I'll just change around the product code and so on, and I'll get back to you guys. That is it right there. Okay, so let's speed that up and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, there we go. So there they are. I'll just change the codes around. Let's move this one back there. Yep. Okay, now let's call this the product code. I'm gonna copy that, and let's look for the left frame 0. Very good. There we go, right in here. So that is called, let's paste this here so that I don't have to type it again. Copy all of this, paste it right there, and that is the prototype dot. We need to then bind it to as follows. So open a bracket and let's enter less than, double less than, and the widget is going to be a Combobox. Combobox selected. Okay, close that. Okay, and that is it. So I've just called this is how you call the product or your method or function inside a Combobox. you use the bind function. Okay, that is it right there, the bind function. It's very important you know that. Alright, now that that is binded, just before I run it, there was meant to be a comma there, so let's there we go. Yeah, so if I select this now, you see that, guys. So let's change it around, you see. So that is good. I think the price of the truck is a bit, yeah, let's increase the price of the truck. Nothing is happening. That was to do with the arrow. Okay, let's come right here, truck. I'm gonna make that 25. Right. Okay then. So that is taken care of. Okay, the next one I would like to take care of is the numbers of days. Number of days, yeah. So when I select any of these, I want some information here and here as well. Okay, right here I want some information here and here, and this one is already sorted. So let's come right down here. So let's come in here and here. That is it for days. Okay, so I now need, let's make sure it's aligned properly. Okay, I'm going to copy this and use else if for the others. There's only 4 arguments there anyway, just 4 arguments, so just copy and change things around there. So I'm just going to change all of this around. This is 31 to 90, I believe. Yeah, this is 31 to 90. 31, then here we have 90, and so on. So let's speed that up. Okay, all we need to do now is to call this function inside the widget called number of dates. So let's come right down here. Number of dates will be right here, there, and that is it. It's called. Okay, you have to bind it. Remember that if you don't bind it, it's not gonna work. So this is the name of my function, and you call it with this very command, dot bind, entering all of this just like this. Okay, so let's run it and see. So select whatever in there and there, and you see that, guys. So all that is left for us now is to take care of the total. Right, let's come right down here and we take care of the total. We just have to speed that up. That is easy. But one thing first, let me just show you guys this. If whatever is selected inside the number of dates is 0, this is what happened. So let's run that and see. See that? And if the selection is 0, there, clears all of the system. That is the reason I just put this in here. Okay, alright, that is fine. So right underneath here, let's take care of the total cost. Total cost. Right, I think we have to get this indented, else there will be an error. There we go. Those are the lines of code for the total cost and the receipt. And here are the lines of code for the receipt. Okay, I'm now going to call total cost right inside the button widget total. So come right down and right here enter a comma, command equals total cost. So let's run that and see how that's going to look like as well. There we go. Select whatever product. Okay, you can select whatever you want there. Add the total, you see that. So guys, I'm going to call it the end of this very interesting tutorial, and I suppose you all enjoy it. Please try and subscribe, and if you'd like to be a member of the channel, that will be highly welcome, which means you will be entitled to a lot of resources on my channel. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.